Hello mes amis, I'm Grantaire and this is the vlog of a Misérable. Welcome to a place of royalty here in Les Jardins des Tuileries near the Louvre, where we can, like flowers, photosynthesize since it's still weirdly pretty warm here. Climate change, huh? I'm alone today, but for how long? Yeah. And I'm gonna talk about a subject I know nothing about, nothing being already something since I've been raised in France, where Argyle movies are shown during middle school English classes, and I've been shamed since I was born to save the environment by, protecting the whales and switching the lights off when I leave the room. Yeah. It's still so warm. When is winter gonna come? You lied to me, John Lannister? Is that the name? I only watch chick flicks or Grey's Anatomy, you know. What can I say? I prefer anime. Do you feel betrayed? Anyway, let's draw a comparison here between French movies and American movies. In French movies, everybody's rich, everybody smokes, and people talk about little problems related to love as if they were large-scale social issues. And in American movies, everybody's rich, nobody smokes, and people talk about large-scale social issues as if they were little problems that could be solved by love. Yeah. The difference here, you've noticed it, it's in the smoking. In France, even though we have, health, national campaigns, and traumatizing pictures on cigarettes packs. I'm traumatized by them. And also, 60s pictures of Alain Delon with erased cigarettes, like they just erased the cigarettes on them. Like, despite all that, smoking is still kinda cool. We smoke to socialize with colleagues and all. Well, in the USA, it's not so socially acceptable, I think. Yeah.
C'est comme ça que tu parles du réchauffement climatique?
Hi. The one and only Angela. So yes, I was gonna draw a parallel between the darkness of my lungs and the climate change.
Hello, it's more complicated than that.
Okay. To be clear, it's not more complicated than that. And for this episode, I made research. At the last meeting, I borrowed a book and I read it.
Yeah, that was 3 weeks ago, and now Comfort is not able to borrow any more book at the university library because she couldn't return it because of you.
Nick. Anyway, the title is Merchant of Doubt. Merchants of Doubt draws a parallel between smoking and the environment through the study of communication about cigarettes' bad effects on health and the hole in the ozone layer. Like in both cases, scientists agree it's dangerous. And then because industries have interests in selling cigarettes and polluting, they pay to keep doubt alive. And a scientific consensus no longer appears as such.
That's interesting, although your methodology lacks of construction. Well, at least your existing viewers have references, but what's the point?
The point is obviously that the doubt campaign didn't work on smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody smokes anymore in American movies. Well, it worked on the hole in the ozone layer. People don't believe in it. And also, the people who purposefully mixed up the messages were the same in both cases and were anti-communist before switching to being anti-environmentalist. Because they see it as the big threat against capitalism.
Yeah, makes sense. Because, environmentalist is automatically leftist in the USA. In France, it's more mixed. It's supposedly a political, in fact, because the environment is everyone's concern. And as you said in your informal introduction, we're pretty well informed.
Because you were listening?
Of course I was. Anyway, the problem is that the government is trying to tax people for their individual consumption of oil instead of changing the system, starting by taxing big company and big groups.
Yeah, that's why we have yellow vests. And Trump tried to use this revolt to say that, French people were revolting against environmentalism. Lol.
Yeah, I guess you can say lol.
What's interesting is that environmentalism started in the USA with all the colonizers' fascination with nature and big natural parks to preserve its beauty, while in France, romantic bourgeois of the 19th century were more into preserving ruins than canyons. And environmentalism, as we know it, appeared way later, like in the 60s with the Retour à la Terre, back to Earth, and all the self-managed communities post-1968. But you said environmentalism was more explicitly leftist in the USA.
Well, I guess I was being too general. Just like, guys like Macron wouldn't fake interest in environment in USA.
Yeah, I guess they wouldn't need it.
Yeah, but I also think that environmentalism is very white and middle class in both countries. Except maybe for environmental justice that makes connection with social inequalities that are being often carried out by Native Americans and their anti-racism, environmentalism, but still, we're pretty doomed.
Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty doomed. That's why I devote most of my time to stopping thinking.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, I can see it.
Care to share a drink, mon ami?
Yes, okay. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Tu dis ça sérieusement ou c'est pour...
Oh, of course, it's a real invitation, except I'm broke, so it's on you.
Okay. On y va?
Yes! Oh, Zoras, we have to do that.
Yes, tu veux?
Yes!
T'es obligé de tout filmer par contre?
Oui!
On se lève, non!
So, did you like it?